and welcome to the Portent Kast. I am Lila, your dungeon keeper and host. The Portent Kast is a queer, female, and non-binary actual play show where we'll be playing TTRPGs of all sorts. You're tuning into episode 6 of A Parlous Voyage. You can keep updated with the podcast and anything we do TTRPGs by following us over on Twitter at the Portent Kast, and you can watch episode clips here on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. If you want to keep updated with episodes of the Portent Kast, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. But without further ado, let's introduce the cast.
Hello, I'm Kristen, and I play Smart Boy Vernon, aka Barky.
Hi, I'm Star, and I play Mariana.
Hi, I'm Carolee, and I play Talara.
Hi, I'm Ezra, and I play Ether.
Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I play Serafina.
Alrighty, without further ado, let's set sail into this episode of A Parlous Voyage.
Oh no.
What? I haven't even started.
I know!
We got this.
We pick up as the pirate crew of the Saber has delved into the Shawheller Trench to find the next clue to Ragnanorth's lost hoard. They fought against Shawagan priests and their fleet of sharks to lose one of their own to a teleportation trap. They split off, Vernon and Talara heading back to the Saber while the rest of the crew investigated the area. The group who stayed behind found treasure, traps, and the next clue while the others headed towards the surface of the Laurel Ocean. While Talara and Vernon made their way up to the surface, they spotted a second pirate ship sailing away and firing a cannon at them. So we pick up as Vernon was beginning to make his way up the rope ladder when the sound of a cannon boom echoed across the ocean, splintering the ship right above him, scattering wood into the ocean. As this happens, you can immediately hear Del giving out commands to the rest of the crew to ready the cannons. So what are Talara and Vernon doing?
Vernon's going, because Talara's is below still, about to go up on the thing.
She's waiting in the water. Like, you were just started, so, like, you're still halfway in the water going up.
Yeah, so he's going to reach back by Talara and cast Sanctuary around them.
Okay.
What does that do for me?
It pretty much just protects you. If anyone attacks you, they have to make a wisdom saving throw, and
Okay.
So.
Yes, so on a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Okay.
Spell doesn't protect warded creatures from area effects, like a fireball. So, Vernon, you quickly do that. What are you doing, Talara?
How far away is the ship?
500 feet away.
How long would it take to swim 500 feet?
Way
I'm
too
just
long
wondering.
considering it's going way faster
Way too
than
long.
you are. It's
Okay,
sailing
okay.
away.
Oh. It's still sailing away.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
okay.
still sailing away. It just took a shot.
Oh. Oh, well then let's go up. She's gonna go to climb up.
Okay.
But
Or
there's
wait
a
for
big
Vernon to go.
hole in the ship right above us, so we can't really go
It's
up.
not directly above you, otherwise the rope ladder would have fallen through. It's like up and towards the side. But you guys still got hit with like the splintering wood that came down,
Mhm.
like came like down.
Mhm.
And yes, Vernon and is going to lead the way onto deck.
Yeah,
Okay.
we climb up.
You climb up and you guys reach the deck of the ship and you see everyone is like heading downstairs to man cannons and you hear a command to fire and you hear instantaneously 3 different cannons go off. I'd like each of you to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, fun.
Just flat.
I'll
That's a
tell
nat
you.
20.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll tell you the bonus to it in a second.
Okay.
You got a nat 20, right?
I got a nat 20.
I got
Hell
an
yeah.
18.
Okay. Let me roll the one that I'm going to. Okay. So, just so you guys are aware, you guys see as 2 cannons shoot out. 1 or 3 of them shoot out. One of them kind of going right behind where the ship lands. Another one shooting out towards and hitting the direct like middle of like where the mast is, and it explodes out the pirate ship that you guys are currently fighting against. And the other one hits the stern of the ship and splinters that off. And as soon as they hit, you both slowly watch as you kind of turn around. You see as the ship begins to like disappear, like from stern to bow begins to disappear with some sort of magical enchantment. And we're gonna go cut down to the rest of you guys. So you guys are swimming up. It's been about I'll say about 30-ish minutes since you guys stopped and like you guys are going back up, so you're about halfway up. When you guys hear 3 distinct, or very, very muffled, but you hear distinct explosions from above.
That's probably not good.
Well, I would say so, yeah. Yep, okay, does anyone have any ability to, bring us up to the top real quick? No? Great.
I use my levitate.
Great.
I swim faster.
Either internalizes that.
Cool, great, Mariana's still fucking paralyzed. Don't know how long we've got on that.
Don't worry about her. I'll take care of
We're
her. And I'll
already
bring...
moving at like a quarter of the speed we were previous. Because of the fucking gold ingots.
Do you want us to drop them?
Drop the brats or whatever else. I would love to keep the gold. Just drop the unnecessary shit.
Okay. And Ether drops them. Or at least what's on them.
Drop the unnecessary shit. Drops Mariana. Oh shit!
You guys watch as
her sending stone that that Vernon had given her to see if he tried contacting her at all.
and what was the message you had given Seraphina? Because I've forgotten.
It was a very stuttered oh ship oop like no real comprehensible sentence of like, oh no, there's danger. Which
Okay.
I think would be very funny because he was panicking at the time.
Yeah, so you pull it out, you put it up next to your ear, and you hear that stuttered statement come out. Something about a ship, some potential danger. But yeah, that's what you hear.
Seraphina sends back, what exactly is going on up top?
And I think you can only use the sending stone once.
Once a day.
Ah,
Once a
shit.
day.
Alright, well that's fun.
Yeah, you guys, all three of you, Torp's kind of like leading the charge up to try to get to the surface of the water as quickly as possible, though you guys are still moving fairly slowly in comparison to when you were diving. But yeah, you guys continue going up. We'll switch back over to Vernon and Talara. As soon as that ship begins to like have begins to disappear and you guys can see it do so, you see as the like shift in the water where you guys would have been able to see it just changes to like calm ocean waves. And you hear as Dell just kind of yells out, "Where'd that fucking ship go? Find it!" You can see some of the other people kind of taking out their spyglasses, trying to see if they can figure out where it's heading.
With Vernon's travels, has he ever heard of any of this?
Make a history
Anything
check
similar?
with disadvantage.
Oh, yay. Ooh, I don't, okay, so that's a 2 and a 5. Plus, history. So plus 7, so 9.
You haven't heard anything about this type of ship.
Fun, okay.
And
He's just very much on
Dell
guard.
doesn't know either.
That's so fun. Yeah, Vernon's very much on guard. Kind of trying to keep himself, like, in between where the ship is going to be and Talara.
Okay, I mean, as far as you guys know, the ship was sailing away.
Mm-hmm. Solara wants to try to message the captain, not knowing how far away they are. So, like, pointing in the general direction of where they would be. Captain, we are there. There's an issue up here. Captain.
You
Captain.
continue doing that?
A couple times, not a long time, just a couple times.
Okay.
But maybe like every like 20, 15, not 15, but like 5-10 minutes, like
Okay.
incrementally.
So after like some time goes on, about 20 minutes, you've sent that message 4 times. Now you finally get a response. What exactly do you say on the 4th try?
Captain, where the fuck are you?
I'm coming. What's going on up there?
There was a ship and it hit the ship. Wait, sorry. There was an enemy ship, a
God,
pirate.
We had fucking ship combat and I wasn't there.
Yeah, well, it seems they pretty much destroyed it, but then it just kind of disappeared out of just thin air.
Did you see the flag that was flying? Did
Mm,
anyone?
I couldn't see it.
Well,
whenever
fucking ask the crew, please.
Okay. Yeah, I
Be up
Captain.
soon.
Ahoy. Okay. And she's gonna go look for Dell.
Okay. You go find Dell. She's kind of at the stern of the ship. She's kind of still commanding people, making sure they're still on guard. There's people still manning cannons just in case. But yeah, you come up to her. She's kind of just telling Lady Marrow to like just go up to the crow's nest and keep an eye.
Hey, Dell, I got a hold of the captain. He asked if we saw the flag of the other ship that disappeared. We didn't see it when we got up from the water, but
yeah, Lady Marrow said she saw it. It was a dark gray flag with a black hand on it, and like in the palm there it looked to be like some sort of gem.
Okay, thank you. I'll let the captain know, and she relays that to the captain.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Be up in a second and handle it.
What was that flag you said?
It was a dark gray banner with a hand on it. Let me just, let me hide the important information on this paper.
Okay.
And then I will show you guys. God, I've used so many sticky notes to hide everything.
I hate when I move, my desk moves.
If there's ever an
Yeah.
earthquake in the game, you have it.
Okay.
And kind of after you send that message, you can hear something like around kind of where you and Vernon came up from the water surface.
Mhm.
You can hear some water splash, and then you can hear just in the very distance, "Now who the fuck wrecked my ship?" And you can hear Captain Torp like climbing up the ladder, just huffing and puffing. And you all slowly fall behind Mariana at this point. You've been unparalyzed for 15 minutes. Still sore.
Ether is not saying anything. They feel really bad.
He doesn't really acknowledge anyone and just goes straight up to Del. Del, how'd you get some fucking ship to not be seen? We're in open fucking waters. And Del kind of just stays quiet.
Captain?
Matey?
Yeah. Wait, is that my new name now?
Until I
is
come
that-
up with a better one, yes.
Sure. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, I saw it with my own eyes. It was a magical disappearance. Like someone made an entire ship go invisible.
Well, what did it look like before it went invisible?
I tell him what it looked like before it went invisible.
It was a the ship itself was made of like a dark, almost black wood. The sails were that same dark gray that the flag was, and it was sailing the flag with the hand on it.
At this point, like Seraphina had followed and is listening in, would she have recognized the ship?
Make a history check.
Could I also make a history check?
Yes.
And I as well, because of the time that I spent at Port Towns.
With disadvantage, yes.
Okay.
Seraphina rolled a 15.
Okay, what did Mariana roll?
I got a 21.
Nice.
Have to open up Discord.
With
Secrets.
disadvantage, it was a 10. It would have been a 19.
All them juicy secrets. Okay.
Seraphina, you weren't sure.
Can I guess I'm hearing them describe it. I'm leaning over the boat and pouring water out of my boots. I'm literally sitting on the side just going like this, like store, and then I hear them describe it and I go, what did you say?
It was a dark ship, like all dark wood and gray flags and sails and the banner with the hand and a gem and
The gem in it?
mm-hmm.
So a
Specifically,
ship
Mariana,
from...
you don't recognize the flag, just the boat description.
Just the boat. Okay, the boat description, okay. So an old ship of the Pirate King attacked us?
That's
The
what I was
pirate
thinking.
what?
Huh?
The Skeleton King, the Pirate King of the Wasted Chain, fucking attacked us. I was
wait,
waiting to see if any of you fucking idiots would figure it out.
You mean the one that choked Barky?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Captain, if we don't recognize the flag, though, what if someone took one of his older ships?
I highly doubt it. But if they did, then... Look. He keeps all of his ships in a very secret cave somewhere near Osteo Bay.
The Pirate King, the Skeleton King, knew we were coming here.
Yeah.
So I think we can't rule that out.
I have a question. Oh, don't look at me like that, Captain. I have a legitimate question.
You have a lot of them, it seems.
Well, well, now I feel like this stupid question, but people call him the Pirate King and then they call him the Skeleton King. Is he a man or is he a skeleton?
He is a dragonborn that stands 10
Oh.
feet tall and will crush you with a pinch of his 2
Yeah,
claws.
Yeah. Okay, so he's not a skeleton. Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying.
No, but he drinks out of them.
See, that's kind of cool, though. Like, that's a whole...
You know, I used to think so until he's after the fucking treasure that Barky sent us on.
That's true.
He was already gonna get, like, half the cut. Now he wants it all for himself. Typical dragon behavior.
I don't think we should generalize all dragons there.
Can I make an
Have you
insight
met
check?
any dragon?
No.
They
I hope
like
to
to
one
collect
day.
things. And what were you gonna say, Ezra?
I want to make an insight check because it seems like this is personal for Torb.
Okay, make an insight check.
16.
Okay. I'll message you. You guys continue RPing.
I'm trying. I know you're doing it. Do we know what the Skeleton King's flags look like?
You would, and probably Seraphina would know that they are usually it's 3 skulls, mainly humanoid skulls, that have gems in the eyes.
Okay. And the hand on the flag that they saw wasn't like skeleton-like at all. Okay.
Lara wants to use detect thoughts again on Captain. Just surface level, though.
Okay. Give me a second while I still type this
Yeah.
out.
You're fine.
You cast detect thoughts, and you can't determine any.
Head empty, no thoughts.
No, and then as soon as you do that, he gives you a glare to Lara. Stop trying to get in my fucking head.
Does he tell me that in my head?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. Well, maybe if I wouldn't have to if you'd be a little more forthcoming.
I don't have to be. I'm the captain.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I'd like to know what the whole deal was that we kind of would know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, but it's not nice to root around in other people's heads. I'm sure you wouldn't want people to do it to you.
I mean, I'm pretty forthcoming.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh.
And you guys just see he's just been like making slow steps towards Talara.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted if you're talking, Ezra.
I was muted. Ether is watching because they would be cautious about that, like out of context, but now that they like picked up like how they think Torp is feeling, they're even more cautious. So they like have their body turned so that Torp doesn't see it, but they have a hand kind of like at their gun just in case.
Okay.
Like they don't think it's gonna be necessary.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh no. Am I good at sleight of hand?
I'm looking at my spells.
18.
Okay.
Mariana has been like talking to Della and like getting the information on what happened, basically. And I'd seen him approach Talara. I think I'm gonna go behind him and like, from previous knowledge, if he's okay with me putting a hand on his shoulder in tense situations, then I do it. Then if not, I'm just gonna get real close to him.
Talara's, but no. Talara is gonna Torp took the map, right?
Yeah.
The section of the map we found.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna message him back, and she's gonna use message to talk back to him, Captain, I apologize. I'm very used to having to get these things and information on my own without any help. Or I actually would, if we could continue this and conversation in private. I mean, you could say whatever you want then. But like I said, I just looking for a little discretion, and it won't happen again.
Discretion for what?
We already talked about this. I have something that could be of use to you. I don't know that you want everyone else seeing it too. It has to do with that map.
Well, if it has to do with the fucking journey we're on, doesn't matter. Everyone here should know.
Okay, well you can just stay mad. That's okay. I will not dig around in your head again. Don't worry, I'm out of spell slots.
He turns away from Talara and calls Del over, and they go into the captain's quarters.
I would like to follow him if I can.
No.
I'm in trouble. Okay. I'll wait.
Okay. You guys can hear muffled, like, yelling. Like, it's mostly him yelling at Del.
Lovely.
What are you guys doing?
So Seraphina's talking to everyone else that's still there, the group. So if the Skeleton King's ships, whether they be sent by him or someone else, is also after either us or this treasure that we're looking for, should we continue or should we call this quits?
That's not our call. That's captain's. If you want to leave, you can.
We should have a choice in whether or not we get sent off to die.
Did you sign a
Well,
contract or not?
Pirating it all, yes, that makes sense. With the contracts. Well, if we have the second clue, should we start working on that then?
Doesn't Torp have it?
Yes, but other people have seen it, haven't they? She now looks to Vernon.
Vernon's just staying quiet throughout this whole thing and just looks at Seraphina. Yes, I got the letters quickly.
So what are we looking for now, next?
I'll have to check my notes. I'm not exactly sure. I'll try to be quick. And with that, he starts off to his room.
Okay.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So so telepathic speech couldn't be something that could be used to spy on people, because it would only be if someone is speaking willingly into their own mind to talk to someone, right?
I have to look.
it just says you can form a connection in your mind and the mind of another person, and you can speak telepathically with each other. So I'm assuming it's like message would be.
You'd have to be able to see them. You can choose a character or a creature. Doesn't have to be willing.
But I couldn't, like, could I hear their base thoughts, or
No,
just
they would just
they
be,
have...
they can tell you what.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking of using it to spy on Torp, but that won't. That can't work. So, never mind.
What's everyone doing?
I think
Checking on the
Seraphina's
ship.
gonna follow Vernon.
Okay. Follow Vernon. What's everyone else doing?
Checking on the ship, making sure it's okay, overseeing repairs that we can do at the moment.
Yeah. For the most part, looks like repairs are probably gonna have to be done at like port or something. For you guys don't have enough to fix this amount of damage. But from what you guys can do, nothing is gonna be able to make it to where the ship sinks. It's on the higher end on the deck and like towards where the second level, kind of like where the officers' quarters are. That's a lot of like the wood has been like splintered off. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like it's super integral.
Okay. Then I want to talk to people about like what the nearest port city is and see if my room is okay.
You would know based on where it was, there may be just some minor damage to your room.
Okay.
But nothing too big. And the nearest port city would be Asuran.
Saren, okay.
Which is
Would you
directly
be able to-
north.
Directly north. Okay. Oh, okay,
you
to the
guys
left
are.
of Osteo Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right, then I'm just talking with the crew members about, getting to Asuran for repairs before we continue, and what's going on with the captain, stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyone who talks with the crew, you guys learn that the ship came out of nowhere. You assume with whatever invisible magic force took it away from view. They weren't sure how long it was there. It fired a cannon, and then once they started firing cannons back, it disappeared again.
Could I make a kind of history check to see if I know any kind of ship that does that, or like any crew or crew that uses that kind of magic on shipwide?
You can make a history check with disadvantage.
Okay. That is a 6.
You guys, as far as you know, you haven't heard of many pirate ships who have any sort of like big magic things like built in. What are Vernon and Seraphina doing?
So Vernon, star. Vernon was going to his room to get a new shirt and to change the bandage on his arm, and kind of look through his notes and add what has happened to his like journals and stuff like that to try to piece everything together.
Okay.
He probably doesn't realize Seraphina was following him.
Yeah. So kind of like you're like rewrapping your arm and you hear a knock at your door.
Hello?
It's me. Can I come in?
Yeah. He just like raps quicker and he's just like tries to act cool, but it's very much not cool.
Which logistically, to get your wraps up to where you have them, you would be shirtless. Just so you're aware.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sexy boy right in. Ooh.
So you open the door with, or you're letting me come in. So I open the door, and
Nothing you haven't seen before.
I mean, it's true. She just like kind of gives you like an up and down like glance over. Would you like help with that?
He's very much just staring. And then holds out his arm. Yes, please.
So she goes over to help him. So, what are all the notes that you have on regarding this treasure that we're trying to find? You know, maybe I can lend a second pair of eyes to be able to help you sort through things.
Well, all of the notes pretty much covered what we just found. I don't have much to go off of to find more. I need the paper from Torp. I need my bag from Torp.
Why does Torp have your bag?
He didn't take your bag, he only took the box and the paper.
I thought you said he took his bag because Vernon put it in his bag and then...
No, he took your hand, took it out, and then took the items out of your hand.
Okay. He took the box. He took the note. He always does that. He wants to find it himself, but doesn't trust me to do it, so...
And why is that?
I don't know. Maybe because I tried to shoot Mariano.
Yes, that would give off kind of conflicting opinions.
I didn't know how to join the pirate ship without being cunning. It was a dumb mistake on my part.
So you decide shooting at one of the crew members is your best bet?
I wasn't going to shoot. I was... Anyway, yeah, from all I know so far, from what I saw on the paper, it's a T and an H. I think.
Okay. And the boxes are the same, and the box that the second clue has giants on it in Draconic, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It just said the word giant.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get you cleaned up. I would suggest at this point bringing your notes with you, just in case we need to reference them, and we can go from there with the rest of the crew.
Fine. I guess partial brains are better than one brain.
As she's wrapping his wounds and stuff, she wraps it just like a little tighter than what it needs to be, kind of a deal.
She just kind of winces at it, like,
Come on.
sorry.
Get your head out of your ass and let's go.
It's mayo! Yes, he would just kind of nod and look around his office to see what notes he can scrounge up.
Okay. You guys, Vernon, you scrounge up the notes that you have, and you guys get ready to kind of figure out what the next step is. Mariana, Talara, and Ether, what are you guys doing?
Talara was, after the captain walked away and like everyone did their own thing, was kind of just going around and helping with just cleanup because that's what she can do. You know, picking up the little chunks and whatevers. And then whenever it's just kind of like in her own head. And then she is going to go to her little room because it's been a very long time since she slept and she's pretty tired.
Okay.
But she's going to go in there. She's not necessarily going to sleep, but she's going to check all this stuff and check Willow's thing, Marin's things, and her things. And she's going to pull out the scrap of paper she has, make sure it's still there, all that jazz.
Yeah, everything is still in its place.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fucking Helen, Jesus.
Why is Helen dying?
Because of what she just sent me.
Oh, okay.
Let me collect myself real quick.
You're fine.
Okay.
And does she some of Marin's stuff was in the other room, right?
Yeah, all of Marin's stuff is in your room.
Oh, okay. Not okay.
I mean, the only thing that would have been like in like the cargo bay would just be like anything like sheets, like maybe like her blanket or a pillow or something that she had.
Okay.
Not that you guys
Okay.
brought pillows aboard.
Yeah. This is my special Squishmallow pillow. I'm just kidding. Yeah, she's just going through everything in the room, kind of nostalgically, I guess is a good somber, I guess is another good word. Just yeah.
Ether, what are you doing?
Probably finding some way to let off some steam because they were about to shoot Torp. And they are pretty mad at him, and it's just like, that's not good. He is my superior, and is going to find like some way to just like calm down a bit before they like do anything reckless.
Okay. How do you think Ether would calm down? Would that be drawing, sparring, or would sparring lead to violent tendencies?
I feel like sparring wouldn't lead to violent tendencies. It just wouldn't work because they would have to use their rapier, which they're not good at.
Okay.
So I guess once again going up to the crow's nest with a sketch pad, hopefully not in the rain.
It's not raining. Good. It's a clear day.
Yeah. And just like going up there and just like being there instead of being angry at Torp.
Okay, you go up to the crow's nest. Lady Marrow is there, who is a Triton, who is on board, kind of just keeping an eye out, has a spyglass, and is like, oh, hello.
Hello. Sorry, I didn't realize anyone was going to be up here.
You're good.
He's just gonna like try to take up as least space as possible.
Yeah.
And then just start drawing the horizon.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see like within like your as you're drawing, the lines are a little harsher. They probably almost dig into the next page until kind of you get in that rhythm of drawing, and like you can feel yourself calm down and relax.
Hell yeah.
Mariana has, after doing all that stuff, she is going to spar because she is punishing herself by keeping herself moving while she has not fixed her injuries or while she's still hurting from the poison. So she's trying to like make herself like get better, but also she's hurting really bad. But she's not going to check on it because she's upset with herself.
Okay. What do you spar?
Probably just someone on the crew. Everyone else is doing their own thing.
Okay. Currently, most people are like working on getting the ship ready to sail once Torp is done, berating Dell. The only one available to spar would be Froggy.
I don't want to hurt Froggy, and I don't want to get my face licked.
Grab Ether. They're probably in very clear view of everyone else on the crow's nest. Be like, "Hey, yo, come down here, fight me."
No, I think she'll probably see everyone fight me. I think she'll have this like thing of like that's what she wants to do. Notice that everyone's kind of busy and go to her room and kind of like take her wet clothes off and kind of dry herself off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine she probably has like a little dummy in her room or something that they throw knives at.
Yeah, you have like it's like a wanted poster that you guys got off of like Port somewhere, and you and Dell kind of just like have imagined like the cruelest shit that this person's done and just throw knives at the poster until it's shredded until you have to get a new one.
I just go in, I throw a knife at it without looking at it, and then when I go to retrieve the knife, I kind of scream silently and punch the picture really hard, and then go lay down where my bed is.
Okay, just roll an attack just to see where you hit. I just want to see where you hit.
Like a D20 attack?
Yeah, D20 attack, and then since you're not looking at it at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, so the first one is a 18 for the first one. And the second was a nat 20, so 18 for disadvantage.
You hit it right where like the heart would be on this drawing.
And I Yeah.
Vernon, as you're
Okay.
collecting your things, you hear just like a muffled scream in the room next to you. It's like just brief.
Just kind of glances at the wall and then shakes his head. And then he's probably heard it many times.
I would say probably not. I don't think Mariana
Oh,
lets
yeah.
her emotions get the best of her too often.
He probably does get a bit concerned then. He's like, should probably check on her later. And then just gather his things.
Okay.
I'm also not sleeping at all. I'm staring at the ceiling, just laying in bed.
So Vernon's
Holy-
going to walk by their door, kind of just knock and say, Mariana, we're looking over the notes if you want to join us.
I throw a knife at the door. There's this little... And
What did you roll to attack? Just I was trying to see. Just roll to
I got
attack.
a 24.
Okay, yeah. You hear just some muffled movement in the room, and then you hear something hit the door, and then you see like the very tip of the dagger shooting through the door.
Love you too. Just walks off.
She was completely laying down in bed and literally just picked up her knife, didn't move from where she was staring at the ceiling, and just went like that.
It was a very sarcastic I love you as he walks off.
Okay. As you guys kind of begin kind of settling down from the heat of that argument, the fight that you guys just endured, about 30-ish minutes go by after Torp had like gone into the captain's quarters, and he comes back out. Dell kind of looks a little defeated, doesn't say anything, but kind of just stands behind him, as he kind of yells out, "Okay, let's get ready to go. Then you can try to figure out where the next clue is if anyone wants to join." And he heads back into the captain's quarters as Dell kind of begins giving like commands.
Vernon's going to sadly follow because he needs to get the box and the paper.
Okay. Everyone kind of begins getting the sails ready. Dell kind of begins turning the wheel. As you guys kind of are getting ready to set sail off from there, I would like everyone who's on deck, like who's aboard deck, to make a perception check. And Ether, you can do so with advantage because you're at the crow's nest.
I've come back out after he came by to do the thing. Can I roll too?
Yeah. So I think Talara would be the only one not on top.
Serafina rolled a 19.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
12.
Okay, you're focused on meeting back with Torp, so you're kind of at the doorway as he's already in there. But Ether, you immediately, like, as you're kind of drawing, something in the horizon, kind of like where you're looking at, changes, and you can see where like the waves almost kind of like begin moving, just in like a 10-foot radius.
And you said there was someone else on the crow's nest with me as well.
Yeah, Lady Marrow's kind of looking out at the opposite way with her spyglass.
I'm gonna tap her on the arm and point it out to her.
She doesn't notice it, but just hands you the spyglass so that you can look at it.
Okay, I look at it through the spyglass.
Okay. As you look at it, Ellen, could you describe what happens?
I sure can. Coming from the distance on what looks to be several smaller, almost writhing little bodies in the water, you see a young woman who is beautiful. She looks like she might be a tiefling, but like something's a little funky. She has like deep purple skin. And her hair is cropped to like right around the chin, and it's dark navy blue, and it kind of looks like almost like it's always caught in water kind of floating around her face. From that distance, you probably can just tell that she's got like kind of like skin tight black pants on and like a black overcoat with really flowy sleeves. And you see a little bit of something green underneath it. And from where her horns should be, it almost looks like she has coral in her hair. And she is fast approaching the ship on this little.
So Ether, you're looking through your spyglass. Seraphina, you're kind of on the board. You see that you don't immediately see like the 10-foot radius of the water moving, but you do see this person emerge from the water, and you can see like as they're kind of like emerging, kind of like you can see their head first, and then the rest of their body follows along, and then kind of like surrounding where their legs are looks to be like dozens and dozens of like glittering iridescent fly fish that kind of carry this figure through the water and then eventually up and on top of the deck of the ship.
Crew, we have company.
She just stands there waiting.
Ether doesn't have time to react,
And-
so when she comes up, they're just staring at her.
Just with the spyglass, just looking down. And as they come up onto the deck of the ship, you can see as the fly fish that surrounded like her legs, kind of disappear in this like brief blue kind of mystical energy, and then it looks like the mist of energy shoots back up towards where her necklace is.
All right, Ursula.
Vernon definitely gets his gun and is just like kind of getting ready to use it if he needs to.
Oh my god, you can put that away.
I have my hands on my rapier as I approach, and I say, don't say the accent this time. State your business.
First of all, hi. And she like tosses her hair.
I pull my weapon.
Torp at this point has like pushed past Vernon and is like right like next to Mariana with both his rapiers drawn, and is like, "Who the fuck are you and on my ship?"
Oh, hi. Are you like the captain? You look really official.
Yes?
Hi. Okay, so sorry to like spook you. I know it looks like y'all just went through some shit. My name's Narissa. Hi. I was kind of like hanging out over there, and I saw a bunch of shit going down, and I heard some like really interesting stuff, and I just got curious. So I was like, I'm gonna go see who these people are, because they seem way more interesting. God, no.
Roll a persuasion or deception check. You choose, don't tell me which. Hang on, let me pull up.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yeah. Narissa, you are making the DC.
Sorry, 1 second.
I got a 25.
Oh, dang. You said persuasion or deception?
Yeah, you choose, do not tell me which.
Yep. That's an 18.
Okay. What does Mariana pick up from that? On a 25.
You pick up that she's being, like, very honest, and that she probably doesn't really know how to lie, but could do it if she wanted to.
Okay. So I get that what you are portraying as a bimbo is the realness.
Oh, 100%. Like, this girl is just very bubbly and very dumb.
I'm in love.
I told you would be!
I kind of give Torp a look because I'm good at reading people. And I was kind of like, is
she a pirate?
Slowly,
I can't get I can't get past the accent.
I said,
No.
God, no.
I sheath my weapon and motion for the other pirates to stand down.
Corp
Yeah,
sheathes one of his rapiers.
I told you
Captain.
could put it away.
Captain, I think she's just a moron.
Okay, I can take a moron if need be, and sheathes his other rapier.
We have enough already. I glare at Vernon.
He gives you a wink. So why are you here?
I saw you fighting that, like, shark skeleton thing.
Oh, so you've been following us for a while.
Well, okay, so I, like, live on the other end of this trench. Like, I live down in the south side. And I heard this, like, weird sound, and I was like, that sounds like something I should probably go deal with, because, like, if something's gonna happen in the ocean, like, I deal with it, you know? So, like, I came up here, and it was, like, right around, like, the end of this fight from the looks of it, so I was just like, I'm gonna make sure that these people are just, like, chill, and they're not, like, here trying to fuck up the ocean and, like, pollute it. And there was some, like, poison in a sunken ship, but it was easy enough to deal with. I don't think that was your guys' fault.
Oh, that was Mariana's fault. Yeah.
What, who?
Jay.
The Banshee, the blue one who first, drew the weapon and called you a moron.
You? I mean, look, I'm not easy to insult. I know that, like, it's fine. But you poisoned the ocean?
I did not poison the ocean. The poison was already there.
Insight check.
Make a persuasion or deception check.
19.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 5.
What is
The poison was already there, man.
Okay. You just, like, had to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I, like, left the
she
thing
was
down there
she
to
was
cleanse it.
like this for a solid hour.
Oh, yeah,
Captain-
I saw some of the others, like, pull her out, and she looked like she was kind of stuck.
Sarah
Okay.
interrupts and she's just like, wait,
I kind of like it. I like
you
the vibe.
you knew that we were getting attacked by the giant skeleton shark.
Well, I got there,
were-
like, at the end of it.
while we were underwater.
Yeah.
We fucking handled it. What's your problem, Serafina?
Not really
I'm just
complicated.
wondering how she knew under like an hour underwater how
What,
you
like,
knew
it's
that
hard?
was going on.
Do you live underwater or something?
I mean,
She
I
just
don't live-
said that she lived in the trench.
Yeah.
In the-
Sorry.
So-
Yeah.
Right, but still, it's not like the fighting was going on land or on the surface. How
No, you were in the water. You were underwater.
that she knew that we were fighting a giant skeleton shark underneath the water, even though she lives on the trench, but she said she lives on the trench, not in it. So
Well, I live down at the south side of it, yeah.
right, but
And
you
I, like,
don't-
heard- I
you
heard-
I
don't
think you're
live-
focusing too much on like the exact wording of said moron here. I think you gotta kind of
Oh.
take things kind of lightly.
Like, it took me, like, half an hour to get here. So by the time I got here, like, a lot of it had settled down. I just kind of got the aftermath.
What
I got,
noise,
like,
what
you know,
noise
killing blows.
tipped you off that we were
There was,
talking
like,
about?
there was, like, a
asking for.
high-pitched screech. Some sort of screech.
Oh.
And it was
Wait,
very
Mariana,
abnormal.
You had the banshee.
Oh,
Oh, was that
wasn't-
you? Damn, girl, that's impressive. I heard you, like, half an hour away. That's kind of hot.
Feeling a lot of emotions right now.
By the way, I do need everyone to know this woman is 6 feet tall. Like, she...
I'm like 5'3".
Looking up.
Yeah, she towers over you.
I am at boob height.
And one day you might get to motorboat them if you're
I'm
lucky.
only an inch shorter.
Jesus Christ.
Same height as Vernon. Okay, that's a little spooky.
You're an inch taller. You're fine.
I'm an inch. Okay, an inch.
I mean, it depends on if it's like when men don't really know if they're actually 6'1", so they say they're 6'1", but they're really 6 feet.
No, he's 6'1". He's 6'1".
No, he is. We measured him.
She is legitimately 6 feet. She does wear like little heels, so currently she's like 6'1" to 6'2".
Yeah, that was me.
That is incredibly impressive. I don't think I could scream that loud.
I have a lot of practice. Wait, that sounded inappropriate. I didn't mean it that way.
I was about to say.
No, I meant in fighting. Okay.
Oh, so that's fun. Fighting's fun.
So
Yeah, it
you
is.
I have a lot of pent-up rage.
You know, a lot of people do, and it's like I feel like screaming during battle is actually a way healthier way to like let it out. You know?
You fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to elaborate?
Hey, what's your main weapon?
Oh,
Is it just the fucking fish that, you flew up on? Or...
Oh, no, those are my friends.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Okay.
They're super helpful. They, like, help me get around, help me find the things I'm trying to find, you know? They, like...
So they're your source of intelligence.
I probably have enough of them to make up my intelligence score, yeah.
Well, if we don't know what weapon she has, why don't we just put her to the test? And Ether like comes down from the crow's nest because
You're yelling that down at the crow's nest?
Yeah, yelling that is very weird. So it's like he goes like they're like, wait, goes down the crow's nest, then says that as they're at the group.
I like how we all just stood around waiting for you to go down the ladder, and we're like, yep. You just go up.
I mean,
feel like
she definitely would have watched him come down every second, or watched them come down every second.
Okay, you had the idea, Ether. Fight him.
Okay.
Just don't wreck the ship any more than it already is, please.
Don't worry, most of my stuff I don't think would actually hurt the ship. Actually, you know what? That might be a lie. It depends how close to me you
You
get.
hurt my ship, I hurt you.
Okay. So is Ether allowed to use their gun, or do they have to use their rapier?
I would...
He said as long as it doesn't hurt the ship.
I'm scared of it hurting the ship.
Just don't roll a 1.
Also,
Oh,
just as Ether is doing this, does this seem like relatively friendly, or does it seem like they're actively trying to like fuck her up?
No, it's friendly.
Okay, cool. That will change how she approaches this, so...
Okay, you both roll initiative.
Rihanna's coming to terms that her scream is so loud that someone so far away heard it. She's like, oh no. What if we're trying to be sneaky?
I mean, Banshee
Then
screams
don't
are legit.
scream.
Yeah. That's why they call me the thing that they call me.
The screamer. Wink.
Jesus Christ, Ellen. Oh my god.
Sorry.
This
got
isn't
an 11.
Blades.
Ether's at an 11. What did Narissa get?
18.
Okay. He says that Torp backs up, and Narissa, you're up.
Okay, hang on, I'm just gonna double check. Cool. As her bonus action, Narissa's gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
What does that look like?
It kind of like, it seems almost like this like really chill, just like blue ocean wave kind of goes over to Ether, and then like goes into like, you know, anglerfish, their little like light up bulb.
Mm-hmm.
It basically becomes that over Ether's head as like, look, over here! This is where you're shooting! Hang on, let me just boop. Okay.
Okay.
And then she's going to take out a longbow. Which is like this like really dark wood that it looks like how wood looks when you've like let it sit in water for forever and it's just gotten like super dark and like almost gross looking. But when she pulls it back, it's obviously still very sturdy and it's like covered in algae and barnacles. And that is a 16 to hit.
Meets it, beats it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first time I have rolled this, so this is very fun.
Make sure you add the extra 2.
That, yeah. 11. So 13 damage.
You watch as you see this. She quickly this bow she takes off of her back and almost splashes water down, and she quickly draws and releases the arrow over at Ether. And
Actually, sorry, I forgot Hunter's Mark. Another 2, so 15 damage.
It immediately goes and it anchors itself like right in between like your shoulder blade, like underneath your collarbone. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn, Narissa?
I get a second shot.
You do.
So I will pull out another attack again. For, hang on, 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That hits. Ether's really getting their shit rocked.
Which is, hang on, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 damage on that one.
Okay, and
then
she's
she's
did
gonna
not heal since your last fight.
Did you add the +2 for Hunter's Mark?
I did.
That's not for Hunter's Mark.
The braces of archery. Yes, I did. And after she does that, she's purposely not aiming to like super fuck him up, so that one probably went for like the thigh, like
Right in the femoral artery.
no, not like in like the meaty part, not
Okay.
like
Yeah. So immediately, like, the arrows release, and one hits you right in the shoulder, and the other in the opposite thigh.
And then she stands there with her bow kind of like dangling in her, and she's like,
Okay.
Brings it to your turn.
The only justification that Edith's gonna have for this is that they've never been hit with a bow before.
I'll hit you with a bow if you want. Wink. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my gun because range weapon. And I'm going
I'm just going to Ether's 8 points.
Yeah. So bad. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Bonus action, second wind. Please God. It's a D10. Okay, so that's 9. I got 9 extra hit points, which does not bring me up to a good number. Okay, so I'm gonna take my gun and shoot, but I'm going to do a disarming attack.
Okay.
So
Narissa, I would like you to make a strength saving throw should this hit.
that's an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
And then strength saving
Absolutely
throw.
not. That's an 8.
That superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and that on a failed save, it drops the object you choose, dropping the bow. I gotta roll damage. I have too many fucking pages. 2d6 plus 1d8.
She is staring at her dropped bow like, what?
16 damage.
Okay, you watch as Ether, after taking that hit, like, kind of fumbles, just, like, kind of very much hurt, but takes the gun and shoots, your, like, near where your wrist is, and makes you drop the bow, and you see it clamber next to you. And then Torp's like, okay, they look like they're gonna die. You proven yourself. You've reproven yourself, Ether, with that hit. Good job. Slightly more trust in you since, you dropped your rapier last fight. But, I think that's good enough. Yeah. Cool. I like you, Narissa, right? That's your name?
Yeah, that's me.
Great.
Hi. She'll drop her hunter's mark.
God.
Vernon's going to walk over, just kind of pat Aether on the shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
Shoulder.
The non-injured one.
Do you take the arrow out first?
Sure. Just rips it out. Just boom. Cure Wounds.
Ow. Immediately as the
I
arrow
take
is being
damage from
released.
that.
No, you're good. You see this like green kind of energy kind of swarm over the wound, and it begins to heal it for how much?
9 points of damage. 9 points of damage. Yes.
I
no, heal. Undamaged.
does Ether still look fucked up?
Probably. That was a lot
Yeah.
of damage.
How tall is Ether?
5'11".
Perfect.
5'10".
Narissa will walk over and just go "Mwah," and give you a little forehead kiss and cast Cure Wounds as well.
Ether is bright fucking purple.
8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is Wisdom. You heal another 9 points.
Oh yeah.
And just be like, that's for taking it like an absolute champ.
Thank you.
Also, I'm realizing that you guys know my name, and I know her name, the one who screams, but like, who's everyone else? Am I just gonna stand here and be like the center of attention? Because, I love that, but also.
No, that's my job. I'm Captain Kendrick Torp. You can call me the Savage Soul.
Hi!
Or Captain or Handsome, whatever you feel like.
Captain, love it.
The captain's got a crush.
I mean, he also told you guys you could call him whatever you wanted, as long as it wasn't, like, degrading.
But he wants to be called handsome by Narissa.
Who doesn't?
Honestly. But no, Ether is gonna look as like, I'm Etha. You can call me Etha. I don't have any other name.
Yeah, they haven't
so-
proven themselves quite enough to give him a pirate name.
Just a fucking glare.
He pats you right on the shoulder where that wound was.
If I were to use, like, a descriptor, would you prefer pretty or handsome?
Either is fine by me.
Alright, so you're handsome. Moving on.
Fuck. You just hear very quietly.
I pat him sympathetically on the shoulder.
He just glares up at you before walking
I
over
wink.
to his quarter. What the fuck?
Seraphina raises her hand. I'm Seraphina.
Mommy, got it.
Vernon's kind of gonna like wince a little at that. Because that's his crush, man.
Don't worry, she
like,
can
oh,
refer to
God.
everyone by name, but she's having a good time.
Oh yeah.
No,
I make eye contact with Vernon, and I think for the first time ever, we both go, "What the fuck?" at the same time. Like I need to. Like,
He very much makes the same face. Like, okay. He's gonna Vernon Cornelius Barker, or Barky, as I'm called.
Oh, that's fun!
Not.
Oh my god, that's
exactly.
so fun.
Not exactly.
Seraphina looks over to Vernon and she's like, you did that to yourself.
Better get it out now than later.
And Screamer, you were Mariana, right?
Yes.
Great. Like I said, I'm Narissa. Hi, nice to meet you all.
Okay, do we call you Moron, or do you have a name you prefer?
Generally, Narissa's pretty good, but like I'll probably respond to it if you say it enough.
Now that introductions are out of the way, can we please get back to finding this
Yes,
information?
let's go. I'd like to get out of this place before that ship fucking reappears. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Narissa. Goodbye. And I turn around.
That's one thing. If you've been traveling half an hour to come over to the ship, but you saw the ships, did you see the ship that attacked this one? And it come and go?
Yum. Yeah?
Yum.
No?
Yes, you did.
Okay, yeah, I did. I was like, I can't remember if we discussed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Did you recognize the ship at all?
Did I recognize? No.
Nope.
No. No, that was a new one for me.
And have you ever seen its tricks before? Maybe not that actual ship, but you know.
I don't think so. At least not around here. You know, I've seen like people just like, but like.
Got it. Slightly useless on this information. Okay. She walks
That's
off
me.
towards Tor.
Okay. Who all is heading towards the captain's quarters to figure out what's going on?
I mean, if they'll let me, I'll follow. But if they're like, no, and shove her out, she'll be like, okay. She'll just like make herself comfy.
He does.
But they would probably need to come because no one's showed them around.
No, she'd follow.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
mean,
Everyone's kind of there.
yeah, that's
but-
fine. Okay, so all of you except for Talara, who is below deck in her room, you guys head off towards the captain's quarters, and that's where we'll take our quick break. And welcome back. We pick up as most of the crew has gone into the captain's quarters to discuss the clue that they just found. But we're going to kind of zoom back down below into the cargo bay into the small 5x5 room that Talara shared with Marin. What is Talara doing?
Small little room. So she's going through. She's just very like somber and just upset. Right, obviously, right now she just lost. You know, who what was her best friend. And I think she's pulling out all of her like when she traveled, she didn't carry much with her except a couple books and a couple of prized possessions, but she's probably trying to just like ground and center herself, and she's gonna pull out the little hidey hole book that she has, and kind of go through it, open it up. I'm like trying to just reflect on the items that she has. She's gonna pick up the little necklace and the marble, kind of holding them each like on their own for a while. And she doesn't touch Marin's stuff just yet. Probably like she did like a once over just to make sure like nothing was like thrown around or lost or when the ship was struck. But she's probably just like she's just gone for now, or they'll be back. And I think sitting in this with her necklace that she's had that was not hers, she's remembering she never really knew what it did. but she knew it was very special.
Mhm.
And she wants to identify
Okay.
this object, this necklace.
Yeah. So you kind of sit it in front of you and kind of just focus on it while you begin casting the magic around it. You learn that it is it wasn't a necklace prior. It was just a small little handheld mirror. But it was a mirror of remembrance, which allows you to look back at memories that are planted within the mirror.
Jesus Christ. Does she learn how that works? Like by identifying it? Like,
Yeah, you focus on a memory that you want to kind of input into it, and it'll kind of replicate that memory so you can like look back at it.
and can she look at memories that have been put into it already?
You don't know how that part works.
Okay.
It doesn't
Can
the magic you use doesn't tell you exactly how you can remember.
Can
like,
she
look back at
try?
it. Yeah. What do you try to do?
She wants to sit and think about looking at the amulet about the night before.
Okay. Yeah. So you focus intently on the night before. Kind of focus. It doesn't show you a memory from the night before. But instead shows you just a memory. You're in a small room. You, a girl with brown straight hair, darker skin, sharp eyes, soft features. She's kind of sitting, and you can see another smaller, like, child, blonde, bright hair, who's kind of just sitting there, kind of drawing with what looks to be like wax crayons or wax drawing materials. And the girl who's sitting crisscross, and you can see that yourself. It's like projected in like a third person. You're kind of just sitting there listening as the girl kind of reads a story.
I think like she's probably so caught up in this she doesn't even realize, but she's just crying. Like just tears just falling and crying. And I think she just like seeing that she's just gonna lay down. Like she's exhausted. She didn't sleep the night before. She's like hurt. I think she's just gonna lay down. Probably just cry for a while until she just naturally falls asleep. Holding this amulet in her hand and the marble.
Sorry, we're gonna have to redo that because OBS was cutting out weird. Just give me a second.
Damn it, Lila.
Not the entire thing, just like
I'm like, you're gonna traumatize me.
just
I'm just kidding.
no. So
I'm kidding.
So just the part where just like describe what's happening with Talara, like as she looks back on that memory.
So she's sitting there and she's kind of stuck in this memory, and doesn't even realize that she just like has tears coming down, like streaming down her face, and she's just crying. And honestly, she's almost like numb at this point, though. Like it's not like a sob. It's just she's numb. She's exhausted. That probably doesn't help either, that she's exhausted, and so she's just crying and tired. And so she's gonna lay down. She's gonna hold this amulet, this necklace, and the little marble, and just lay down and just probably just lay there until she just would naturally fall asleep.
Yeah, so you eventually fall asleep, the amulet kind of like tucked into your hand, as you kind of like just face the wall and kind of curl up. You now have attunement to the Mirror of Remembrance. You can input memories as you wish. You can look back on memories as you wish. yeah, you fall asleep. The rest of you are headed in towards the captain's quarters. Twerp is gone in first, probably followed by Vernon, and then the rest of you. What are you guys doing?
So Vernon kind of leads the way after Twerp and kind of just spreads everything that he has out onto the table or his desk, and knows it's probably going to make Twerp mad, but he doesn't care at this point. He wants to get this over with. And he just looks at Twerp and he's like, the paper, please. The box, please.
He takes them out and just puts them on the desk.
Cool. So he makes sure all of the
Did you want
draconic...
just that one?
All of them, please.
Okay. He goes off into his actual chambers, not like the war planning room. And it comes back about 2 minutes later.
He sets everything down, makes sure all the draconic is visible, and yeah.
Okay. The rest of you guys are kind of gathered around. What are you guys doing?
So we're just gonna let this random lady in here with us?
It's not like they're going to be a hindrance.
I mean,
We
if you
need all
don't-
the eyes we need.
And also, if you want me to just stay out here, I can just chill. I've got a crab that can keep me company.
You have a
what?
crab?
His name is Snappy.
Of course you would name a crab that.
Excuse me?
He's my
Need-
friend.
Missed
need all the
opportunity. for
eyes.
Classy.
Just any help is helpful at this point.
Is her
if she
having a
has-
pet?
If she is a crab, she could go speak with Krabby, and I'm sure they'd get along great.
Can we just
Does
get
her
this
having a
started,
pet
please?
crab
It's not a pet.
do any? Oh, does her having a crab do anything to my brain by chance?
Oh, big history check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Would it be called something else that we might have done in something
Recall.
else before?
Yeah, a recall.
Would it be
check.
called a recall check, perhaps?
Yeah, just roll a d20.
16.
Okay. Gotta look at your backstory. No, not on a roll 20. No.
What is this about a crab?
I'm trying
just
to
have a
remember.
crab.
I don't. I vaguely remember.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
I don't remember exactly what you're talking about.
It's on, hold on. It's on page, at the bottom of page 1.
Bottom of page 1?
Very bottom of page 1.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Yes. I remember. Okay. What did you roll again, if you recall?
16.
Okay. You kind of see the crab belt buckle that she has and kind of just like gesturing towards, and you almost have this like remembrance, like just a very faint memory just pierces the back of your mind of a average height build of a looks to be a human, just kind of turns around in what looks to be like a bakery and just kind of smiles before the memory fades.
Cool.
Okay, continue. Talking about Snappy.
His name is Snappy. He's my buddy.
You talk to
And
your
she's going
belt?
to- Well, he's only a belt sometimes.
What?
Sometimes.
She'll concentrate on the belt and let Snappy sit in her hand for a minute.
Okay. You watch as she kind of like concentrates just for a minute before the like bright iridescent blue belt buckle. There's this like blue energy that shifts around it before it crawls into her hand, a real life crab, and kind of going like,
Everyone meet Snappy. Snappy meet everyone.
you see as the eyes just go like this, as in like a wave.
Mariana tries really hard not to like give in to this new person, but is like, damn, I love animals. And it's just gonna slowly go and just go.
Make an
Yeah, he's
animal
very
handling check.
friendly.
Like,
Make an animal handling check, Mariana.
Oh. In the A, that is a 17.
Okay. You see his eyes kind of twitch back before he kind of just lightly grabs onto your finger and just does like a little shake with his claws.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so the clues, and then just turns and goes to the desk.
Narissa will bring Snappy back to her, give him a little like a little bit of love, and then be like, "Sorry, I woke you up for like really quick, but you can rest again." And then she'll like hold it back down to her belt buckle so that it can back into its little blue.
I'm staring at Ether, going like this, like her, like in my brain, I'm going, her belt is alive, and I'm just going. Her
no,
belt is alive. Is like
Ether's just looking at Mariana like, because they also don't know what the fuck is happening.
Is anyone else seeing Ezra? Just it's a really delay between their
Yeah.
movements. Okay, Ezra,
A
can you
little bit.
disconnect and then reconnect?
Yeah.
See if that helps.
it's not there anymore.
Oh my gosh!
Your belt is alive.
I'll
Wait, did that
completely
Yes, that
Yes.
helps. Thank you.
Okay,
really quick side note, Ezra, your hair looks amazing today.
thanks. Yeah, they're just looking at Mariana like, just slowly losing their sanity.
Just wait until they see the other stuff.
There's more.
So what clues do we have? Has Vernon translated everything?
Yeah, he translated it at the trench.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have.
Okay. Well, spread out in front is the original 2 papers, the 2 boxes, and his notes, which have pretty cursive-like handwriting with slight flourishes. So he kind of has things slightly translated. The notes are a little bit of a mess, but you can see from the first little paper, which does not have the flames on it, has 3 options beside it. The first little hash, and it's either an A, E, or O. But the next draconic rune is an N. Then it's like a small space, and then the next rune is an H. And then the following one is either an A, I, U, or W. And Vernon just gonna point it out and be like, so looking at this, I think the first rune is an A, then an N, H, and then another A. And then on this next slip of paper that we got, the one with the flames on it, it's a T and an H. Does anyone have any other papers that look like this? I doubt it, but
Did
anything
the
helps.
Pirate King specify that it was O-N-H-A? I think the Pirate King said that it was an O.
Mm-hmm. He said he believed
Cool,
it was
yeah.
no. It looked more
believed
like an
it was an O. Yeah. So it's either an A or no. Vernon kind of thinks it's an A because he's not very sure about this ancient draconic, but he's very much in between A's and O's on that one.
And then the box is the one that we found, the first one, and says Gulch, and the second one says Giant,
Giant,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then, yeah. That's all he has, and he's trying to figure out what these are.
Hmm.
Like, trying to put the papers together like a puzzle piece.
Can I do a history check to see if there's anything that like is known for giants or like nicknamed like in relevance to giants or anything like that that I would know?
Make a history check.
Can
Yeah, I
Vernon
would-
do it too?
Sure.
And I would like to, if I can, make a check to see if I know anything about like
leviathans or krakens or like big things like that.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20 on my history check.
Ooh. I was hoping to make a check on like either nature or history. Something about like geographical giants. So like big mountains, big caves, stuff like that. Anything of that sort.
Okay, make a nature check.
Mine was a 13.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just setting up the things that you have on a paper or on the map, so you guys can look at it.
What would my check for thinking about like big sea creatures like leviathans and krakens be?
That would be nature.
I got a 17.
Okay. Serafina, you rolled a history check for a nat 20, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you were looking for
Things that I would know that are either like nicknamed like for giants or things of that nature relevance, or like places that would be known for having giants or things of that nature.
Okay. You know specifically, giant is like a species of different creatures, which could be Goliaths or half giants. There are cyclopses, ogres, trolls, actual storm giants, things like that. And also with that, you would know that Darrencrath or technically the whole continent of Eokrath, which is the one below where the wasted chain is home to many giants. Mariana, what were you doing? What was your roll?
16 nature check on big sea creatures, leviathan, giants,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Are you specifically for leviathans and things like that?
Yeah, like things that I have heard of big sea creatures or rumors about things like leviathans and krakens or anything like a chul, maybe stuff like that. Just
Okay.
big things.
Yeah. In the wasted chain. Let me pull up my map. There's been lots of mostly just rumors and gossip of Ezra, can you mute? Okay. Mostly a lot of rumors and gossip of things like in the Shalaran Seas specifically, of larger sea creatures, that could be like krakens, could be leviathan, could be underwater dragons, but nothing has ever really truly been concrete about that.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, Vernon, what was your role and what were you looking for?
Mine was a 13 and just a general knowledge check of if he knows any, like since he's been around a lot of different places, if he could find any clues that way of like the giants and stuff like that.
Just based on what you know, Darrencrath, Eokrath, that whole continent has a bunch of giants, but you aren't sure if that has anything to do with what you guys are doing currently. And then Ether, your check and what you were looking for.
I got a 17 on a nature check for like mountains, big caves, anything that's like geographically giant.
Okay. Geographically giant, there are very large mountains and volcanoes, kind of near where Osteo Bay sits, kind of right behind the port city itself. There are some kind of larger cave systems within Decanus Bay. Or not Decanus Bay, that's the Blythe Gouge Isles. And then another big thing would probably be the Shawhiller Trench. It's a giant trench.
Okay. Yeah, I'm relaying that information in case it does anyone else ring a bell or something.
It's probably not investigating the Shawhiller Trench more.
Probably not.
Was there anything down there that you guys found after I left with Talara?
There were some in teleportation circles, it looked like.
Yes, and it looked like those teleported places and not things.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a history check on that?
You could make an Arcana check.
Arcana, because he does have not Dust Digger, historical knowledge.
Oh, there was the symbol too, and I draw the eye symbol with the 8 stalks coming out of it and see if anyone recognizes it.
Anyone can make a history or a nature check. And Vernon, you are not a part of this because you were thinking about something else.
Yeah, my check is a 18, I think. Hang on, let me triple check.
Okay, your
Yes.
historical knowledge allows you to discern different where like original purposes and then who it was built by.
Okay.
And what did you roll just
So
for Arcana?
17 plus 7. Not Arcana. Okay. My investigation was 17 plus 7, but if it's Arcana, it's 17 plus 4. So 21.
Okay.
If I did that math right.
Just with your historical knowledge, just based on what you did see, it looked to be made by elves. And it did look like a teleportation circle. But you didn't get too close to it to like super investigate it. Other than that, you don't have any like super specific knowledge on things that would have teleported places. And what did everyone else get to recognize the symbol?
You said it could be nature or what was the other one?
Or history.
Okay, I rolled nature and got a 19.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm a part of it because I drew it, but I got a 21 history.
You've already rolled history on it.
Okay, yeah, last time.
And I can't because I was focused on something else.
Correct.
Yeah, and I had rolled the history when Mariana had showed it to me underwater.
Mm-hmm. Ether, did you roll?
I did. I got a 5 history.
Narissa, this looks like a beholder. Which you've read in like you've read in like children's stories and like just books in your past.
Okay.
But you don't recognize where the symbol's from.
Okay. She will point to it and be like, well, that does look kind of like a beholder, but I don't know why that would be significant.
Where was this drawn? Where was this symbol underwater?
It was on the brass canisters and on the podium, like the podium piece that had the sphere that Marin grabbed.
Ah. This was on the podium. When the box was found, the new one, this symbol was on the podium where the box came when Marin disappeared. So, are we looking for somewhere with a giant beholder?
I sure hope not.
Would Narissa know of anywhere with like some sort of beholder legends or anything like that?
Make a history check with advantage.
Hang on, I gotta pull that back up. 10 with advantage. I am not good at them.
It feels vaguely familiar, like the way that it's drawn. Probably something from back home.
It does look like it could be something from like where I grew up, but I don't know what. Like it's just vaguely kind of familiar, you know?
Where did you grow up?
What's the name of the place again? I'm
Darrencraft?
Darrencraft, thank you. Darrencraft.
Ah.
I feel like we should probably go to Darrencraft then, because they are well known for their giants, as different types of giants and such as well.
Yeah, but the ship is... we need it repaired before we can make that kind of a journey.
How far away are we from like the nearest
Well,
port?
yes, I understand that. But I'm just saying in
pretty
terms
far.
of the next
We're like a week
location.
and a half from the nearest like port city that could repair the ship.
We'll need to just
The
go
ship
straight
lasts
north
until
for a
then.
while.
What'd you say, Ether?
And the ship lasts until then?
As long as we don't get hit by another cannon, it can last. It's not like it's like near the bottom of the boat where it'll will sink, but my
what-
baby needs to be fixed before we go to a fucking continent.
Out of curiosity, like what kind of damage specifically has been sustained, and is it like how big?
It's for the most part it's near like the very back end of where the ship is, kind of close to where the stairs lead up to the stern of the ship, or the
Okay.
where the steering wheel is.
Mhm.
A lot of the floor in that kind of like in that what would be the right side if you're looking out from the steering wheel, on the right side of the ship has been like blown to bits, and a lot of it's more of like a danger, and also Torp is like, it's my baby, I want it fixed.
It's not like there's like a hole somewhere in the hull that needs to be.
No, it's not gonna
Okay.
cause the ship to sink at all.
Gotcha.
And there's no like mending magic that we have available to us that could fix it.
Nope.
Okay.
You guys
I
have
can make it
carpenters
worse.
who can
Let's make it better.
kind of fix, but like from what you guys have on board, you don't have enough to fix it.
So we go to port. That's on our way to Daringcrat. Get the boat fixed, and then head out.
Is Garen Craft or Craft?
Craft.
Craft. Is it's south, right?
It is southeast.
Southeast. And the closest port city is straight north.
Yes.
So we will be going the opposite way. So when we come back, it'll take about 2.5 to 3 weeks to get back to Garencraft.
How? Question for the DM. Would it be faster to send any of my little helpers to try and get supplies and bring it back to us?
You could send them out. You don't know how long it would take, where they'd find it, how much they would find. That would be kind of like a skill-based check that you'd have to roll on their behalf.
Fair enough. Sure. You know what? I'll summon some seahorses.
In air?
Pardon?
In the air?
Like over the side of the ship. She'll just
Okay.
like,
So Narissa leaves the room.
yes. Sorry, I forgot we were. She'll be like, "Hang on, I have an idea." And she will go to like the easiest spot to just like dive off the side of the ship for a minute.
Okay, so you go to where the rope ladder is currently like up on the deck of the ship, and you throw that down and you climb down.
Yeah.
And
And
the
she'll
ship is sailing. It's going.
Yeah. She'll summon her little like seahorses kind of right in front of her and just be like, "Would you guys be able to see if you can find some materials for this ship and bring it back to us?"
Yeah, you see they kind of like nod their heads.
Awesome. If you need to send someone back to update me, just do so. I will keep an eye out. I love you.
You see as like 12 different little bubbles go up to the surface and like pop in like the shape of hearts, and then they begin swimming away to go find other things. I would like you to roll an investigation check on behalf of your seahorses using their intelligence skill.
Oh God.
Seahorse 5e.
I'm assuming their intelligence is not crazy
It's
high.
-5.
Oh,
You got this.
might have chose the wrong creature, but they were the one I have like easy numbers for.
Seahorses are tiny.
Oh yeah, but she has like a decent little cluster of them. Yeah, no, that's a 3.
Okay. They begin swimming off. Yeah. You climb back up and go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will you tell us what you did?
Yeah, I'll be like, I sent out some of my friends to see if they can find anything for us, but
Okay.
they might not,
Lovely.
like actually be faster than if we stop somewhere, but I figured it's like worth a try.
Your friends?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, they're seahorses.
Oh, so you don't have
Okay.
like a swarm of crabs or anything?
No, just the one crab.
Okay.
Just Snappy.
Seahorses are famously poor swimmers. I
Why
don't
are
know if they can
you
bring stuff back.
okay?
Maybe being
Is
rude
there
to
a-
her, Mariana.
They're
Jeez,
also
let her do what
small.
she's doing.
Is there a reason that you're like being mean to my seahorses?
I'm not being mean to your seahorses. I
They're
was
not
just
even
stating a
here to
fact.
defend themselves.
I'm sorry. They can defend the.
They're
just
standing there
saying.
looking between the two of them.
I'm just saying.
Under her breath, Nerissa will be like, I retract my hot statement.
And I push forward my moron statement.
Okay, let's stop the drama.
I feel
And
like
work on
we're like so
clues.
close to each other. And I whisper, my power comes from drama. And then I turn away.
Torp just opens a drawer on his desk and just pulls out the biggest bottle of rum and just starts chugging.
Seraphina proceeds to kind of interrupt the bantering that's going on right now and looks at Torp and says, now Torp, would you be opposed to potentially splitting up?
How would you do that?
Well, I could potentially get passage on another ship for the group to continue to Darencraft while you
No,
get your baby fixed.
no. You're part of my crew. You stay on my ship. Or, per the contract you guys signed, I can slice you.
But I wasn't talking about
You're part
reneging
of
on the
my
contract.
crew. You stay on
That's
my ship.
fine. Okay. Well
I
then,
don't know
we
what's
would
so
need to-
difficult to understand.
then we would need to sail to a port to get your baby fixed, and then we would need to sail to Darencraft.
How do we even know it's in Darencraft and not somewhere else? We've just jumped to clues because giants live in Darencraft?
And Nerissa said that that's where she's from. She's recognized a hint of the symbol that Mariana found. Do you have any better ideas?
I would say we just go over the clues a little bit more than a 5-minute conversation before we decide to go to a fucking continent where we know shit luck about it.
I hate to agree with
Well, we're
Torp.
technically not going to the continent right now. We're going to a port to be able to fix your baby. So
You can have the conversation on the way to the port. That'll give us over a week, and if we still want to go to Darencraft after that, then we will. Right now, that's our best decision, but we have to go to the port city to get the ship fixed first.
I know,
anyway.
but she's, talking over the captain of the ship, trying to make decisions.
Captain, she's
It was a
suggesting something.
suggestion. There's
A
difference
good
between suggestion and
suggestion.
decision, with all due respect, sir.
Let's all take a breather. Yes? And we will continue this conversation once everyone's calmed down.
I am calm.
Not you, Aether. Not you. Know who I mean. Glances at Torp.
Someone's overcompensating.
It doesn't look at Torp. He doesn't want to. They don't want to fan the flames even more.
Torp, you and I can continue this conversation about
Well, I
Finding
don't
out
want
where to go.
I don't want to continue the conversation with you, or anyone who tries to, disrespect me.
was that pointed at Seraphina?
He's looking dead on at Vernon.
Okay.
we need a mutual trust, Torp. I've been trying to
There's
work
nothing
with you.
mutual about a captain and his crew. I am the captain. I would love to get along with you guys, but you guys are making terrible decisions. Not even decisions you should be making.
They're not decisions, Torp.
You guys have made
They're
it seem like decisions.
That's all We're just
No.
suggesting ideas as a group. And whatever you decide best, we'll go with because you are the captain.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's just all take a breather.
Okay, go take a breather, Vernon, down in your chambers. Before I give them back to Mariana.
Do as you wish, Captain. And he's gonna grab his things and hurry out the door.
What things do you try to take?
All of the notes and stuff like that.
Okay. He throws a dagger at you as you try to do that for 9 points of damage. Leave them so we, civilized pirates, can discuss while you go take a breather.
There's nothing civilized about you.
Okay. Throws another dagger at you.
I'm gonna catch it.
But yeah.
That is not a monk ability. That is a monk ability. None of you are monks.
Oh, I
Okay,
didn't know if I could
could
sleight of
I-
hand it. Never mind.
Okay.
guys
I
don't have
don't
deflect
want
missiles.
to catch the blade. I just want to intercept it with literally anything. Could I just grab a book and hold the book up or something like that?
I'll say make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Base dexterity.
I'm good at that.
And the DC is torp hitting Vernon.
It's an 11.
Okay.
I know I'm
Is
not
it
a
a
monk.
check
But
or a saving throw?
A
They're the
check.
same either way.
I know I'm not a monk, but since we're not in combat, could I possibly sleight of hand it? Or pull him out of the way or something, since we're not
You
in
can make a
combat?
dex check.
Okay, straight dex, that's fine. Pretty good. What's my dex? +4, 22.
Okay, you go to pull Vernon out of the way, it still hits him in the shoulder. For another 7 points of damage.
God dang it.
How's your health
Captain,
looking
with
right
all
now?
due respect,
Burn all over again.
civilized.
It's burn all over again.
Captain, with all due respect, you said civilized. I don't necessarily understand how that justifies you throwing a dagger at your crew.
Well, he thinks he's above me. He's not.
Seraphina
Never
messages
said that.
her, and just let it go. Just don't antagonize.
I never said I was above you, Torp.
You
Ether
act
tried
like
very
it. I
hard
never
to
said
listen.
you said it.
I'm trying to get us to the gold like I promised.
Immediately,
That's
I
not
have all the
above you.
clues that I need, and I can throw you overboard if need be, if you still want to continue to disrespect. I'm just
immediately,
telling you how it
Seraphina grabs
is.
Vernon. Seraphina grabs Vernon and just starts walking out.
Vernon just follows.
No, she's dragging you at this point, so it's not like you're following. You're just being dragged.
Well, he would let you drag him.
She takes him back to his room, binds up his wounds again. You really should stop trying to antagonize him.
He's a bastard.
Yes, well, we're all pirates. That's bound to happen eventually.
I'm not a pirate.
Could have fooled me.
I'm an adventurer.
Oh, yes. The wants to adventure. That has not slipped my mind at all. So while you sit here, rest. Just stay under Torp's radar for the next little while. Let him cool down. And we'll revisit everything. Okay?
That's why I suggested a breather.
Yes, I understand, but this is the captain of the ship that we're talking about, so you stay here. I will go back up and see what's going on, and just let it rest.
Yeah, sure.
Seraphina leaves, goes back up.
How's everyone doing?
Ether is going to try to find the best excuse to leave as soon as they can because they do not want to be here. Just of but trying to make of an excuse that's not obvious of I want to leave. Just like, oh, I'm tired or something like that. Or like, I promised Seraphina I'd do this thing for her.
Okay.
Narissa's just gonna be like, go, and she's just gonna walk out.
Ether's just like, I'm going to show Narissa around the ship. Okay. And just leaves with Narissa.
Oh, hi again, handsome.
Hello. And he just leaves.
Seraphina goes back up to the captain's room, where now only Mariana and he are. And she just looks at Torb and she's like, okay. So now that we're back to being civilized, what other ideas do you have for these clues and where they might be leading us?
I don't know. That's why I have you guys here. That's how I asked you on. I'm asking that we take more than 5 minutes to try to zone in on a single location. Because as far as we're aware, the clues lay within the wasted chain, not Darrencraft. That is what Vernon said, and I don't know what's going on through his mind that makes him think otherwise.
Okay, that's fair.
Captain, I think we should... We're still tired from the fight today. I think we should separate for now and come back at this after we've rested a bit.
Fine.
Okay. I leave and I motion for Seraphina to come with me. And I'm going to Vernon's room.
Seraphina follows.
Okay.
If I see... Where did Narissa go?
Where did Narissa and Ether go?
Sarah is just showing Narissa around the ship. Probably went down to like the crew quarters. They're probably, because it's not too long after that you leave as well, so they're probably still in the crew quarters.
Okay. I'm gonna, as we go down to Vernon, I am like dead set still, and I motion for you guys to come with me. And I'm like, I'm getting everyone into Vernon's room, and I'm just like, I'm actually just motioning for Ether, but I assume Narissa's gonna follow.
Yeah, probably.
So you leave Seraphina, you're like, go to Vernon's room, you go down the stairs to where the crew quarter is, and you kind of see them, and you motion them. You haven't seen Talara since you guys got back aboard.
I'm gonna motion for them to go to Vernon's room and kind of just be like wait there, and then I'm gonna go check on Talara and knock.
Okay. Talara, make a perception check for me.
I believe that's a 6.
Okay. First knock, you don't get a response.
It's a 7, but still.
Yeah, first knock, you don't get a response.
I knock again? Like harder, just like...
Okay. You knock for probably about... How long do you wait until you stop?
Not very long. At that point, I'm picking the lock. I'm like, this is urgent. I'm gonna pick this lock.
I mean, there aren't locks on the doors.
Oh, I just open. Never mind. I knock. I don't get a response after 10 seconds, and I open the door and I go, I'm coming in. It sounds creepier than it's meant to.
Yeah.
It's just like...
But yeah, you see the cot that takes up like a majority of this room, and then the bags and stuff that are kind of laying in like the corner. You see Talara's kind of facing the wall, kind of like curled up, asleep.
I'm gonna go over and like gently put my hand on her shoulder. I'm like, okay, Mariana, comfort. Not creepy, comfort. Okay. I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and
go and you look over and you can see there's like, it looks to be like tears from her eyes where she was like crying before she went to sleep.
Is she actually like, are you touching her?
My hand's on your shoulder, yeah.
She's like gonna, I don't know, like
Hit me. Do it.
yeah, something like grab her arm really tight, like or like
Okay,
grab
so
her
you
hand off of
watch-
her.
So, as soon as you go to touch Talara and you see the tears, you feel like her hand move, and then you see this like dark blue tentacle shoot out from her hand and wrap around your arm. And you wake up Talara, and you're kind of just like there in the corner, facing Mariana.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yeah, could you let me go?
Sorry. It's just a natural reaction.
No, it's fine. I understand. It's very cool. Can I need to talk with everyone who was down there? Would you mind coming with me? I know that it's been a hard time, but
Where are we going?
to Barky's room.
Okay. Give me go ahead and I'll just a minute. I'll be out there in a minute.
Okay. Don't talk to anyone on your way there.
What?
Just trust me.
What's wrong?
Just meet me in Barky's room as fast as you can.
Okay.
Also, there's a new person, by the way, who's just following us.
We're in the middle of we're in an
I
ocean.
know. She rode up on a bunch of fish.
She did what?
And then she sent a bunch of seahorse to look for wood. Who are famously poor swimmers.
They're
I'm not gonna
very
get on that again.
small. They're
They're very small.
How they gonna carry the wood? It's like the coconut and the bird all over again.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you could. I also think you're just really good at reading people. Like,
Okay. Well, let me just. I didn't even change out of my kelp clothes. So I just let me change real quick and I'll be right there.
okay.
I go and I close the door and I stand at the door until she follows. Like I'm standing like very like army standstill.
Okay, takes like a minute or two before.
And she's gonna grab a couple of things and put them in her pockets and go.
Okay, yeah. Before she changed in the similar outfit that she had before, not super anything different about it. Yeah, you guys head up to Vernon's room. You guys are all kind of like coalesced out there before heading in, or did you guys all go into his room?
Oh, I would say she pulls like literal kelp like out of her boob. Like it's just like after you leave the beach and you've been swimming in the ocean and you like take off your bathing suit, there's all that like gunk.
Yeah,
all the sand.
seaweed is everywhere.
Yeah.
I got my leg caught in seaweed once. It was terrifying.
Right?
Were you guys already in the room, or do we see you guys just waiting outside?
Seraphina would have messaged Vernon ahead of time and been like, Vernon, we're all coming into your room, except for Torp, but like everyone else is, we're on our way.
Vernon would have responded like, "Oh, why? Okay, I'll meet you there then."
And then she'll just knock and just let herself in.
Okay.
Ether knocks, but waits for the door to open to walk in.
Okay.
Vernon probably just shouted to come in.
They came in anyway.
Okay. So eventually you all meet in Vernon's room. You guys are kind of all there. It's not that big. So you guys are all kind of cramped. But yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm looking for something to write with. I'm just going through. I'm making a mess of Vernon's desk. I'm like,
All the
like,
journals
right.
and shit.
It's probably
Quill.
pinned like right on top of a journal too, like easy access.
Well, thank you. I literally moved it out of the way, and then my hand was on it while I was looking, and then I went, oh, and then pulled it back. And I write, do any of you magic bastards have a way that people can't hear us talk? And I point it, and I just go like,
did Talara, was that her resting? Was that a short rest at all?
It would have been a short rest.
Cool. Okay. Then let me look. What is happening?
You see this purple tiefling you've never met before, just in the room for some reason.
Oh, you
Mariana, can I introduce them? Can she? Okay. This is Narissa.
Bye.
You're the one that came out of the ocean.
On the fish, yeah.
Yeah, and you sent the seahorses?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, Narissa, pleased to meet you. I am Talara. Where did you come from in the middle of the ocean?
The trench.
Okay.
does anyone have any magic that helps the situation, or do we have to have this conversation very quietly?
I got nothing.
Ether does not have magic.
Vernon has
My magic
but not
involves
that
turning
magic.
invisible to scare Ether.
I don't have a spell slot for the tiny hut.
Oh,
You
the
can
tiny,
still
yeah.
hear outside of it.
Oh,
I
okay.
have an idea. Maybe you will allow this. Can I use minor illusion to create like words?
Yeah.
Just like she like just does this work, and it says does this work ?
I don't know if that would be.
Well, that's just you. That's not all of us. Okay.
Vernon
just
just
gonna-
kind of puts a hand on his head and he just grabs a blank journal from his bookshelf and just grabs one of the pens, probably from Mariana's hand. And
I'm just gonna keep writing. Okay. Something is wrong with Torp. That's not how he is.
Really quick idea I would like to run past the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, could Narissa keep casting thaumaturgy by the door to make it sound like they're just like drinking and having like a little party or something, but it'll cover up the noise of them talking?
What is the range on thaumaturgy?
Range is 30 feet and it lasts up to a minute, so she would have to keep doing it, but it is a cantrip, so.
I'll say you can do it, but you don't know how well it will be effective. How effective it will
Yeah.
be.
I'll just keep writing then. It's fine. People have message we can write in return.
Talara is right after Vernon starts writing down, and I would say that, like, do you tell, or like Narissa, like we could, like she sees maybe Narissa like hears sounds or something. She holds out her hand and makes the words. I don't think that will work.
Worth a shot.
Can we look at the message I just sent you?
Oh, that's scary.
And we go
Where?
to the crow's
Oh,
nest.
Discord?
It's a little bit cramped, but
Oh, okay. Really?
That's more.
That would be
Oh.
more.
Hold on one
specials,
second.
yeah.
I'm gonna.
she's
Go ahead.
Okay, she is going to, so she holds up the, I don't think that's gonna work. And then he's been in my head. And
You all hear that in your heads, not out
yeah.
loud, and that's where we're gonna end this session.
Oh my god!
Oh! Ah!
So, thank you
I hate
all
that.
for
It's
tuning into
terrifying.
this episode of the Portent Kast. I want to thank Helen for coming on. Yay. But yeah, tune in next week to see what happens. May the dice guide you to beautiful friendships.
you.